everyone. What an amazing day. This is the day that President McCloskey, we spoke about this day, I think, when I first became a state rep back in 2023. We were talking about this idea about what the vision for Sugarloaf Conference Center. And some of you know this actually has a lot of meaning for me and my family. So my father was an engineer for the city of Philadelphia. And every quarter, the American Society for Civil Engineers would meet here at Sugarloaf Conference Center. And so when he was retiring, I came to his retirement gala, and it was here at Sugarloaf. And I can tell you, it made a very strong impression on me. There is something special about this campus. There's something very magical about this setting. And when I heard that, and I knew that Chestnut Hill College had the property, but when I heard that it was being turned into a school where students would be able to study nursing, where I am, and I'm a nurse, and my mom is a nurse, was just, it meant something special. It's one of those things when sort of the universe reaches out, when God reaches out, and you know that there's something special in the works because it was meant to be. And this was meant to be a place where students are studying nursing. And as you can see, it's so beautiful. This setting is such a special, it's going to have special meaning for the students that come here that study nursing. This is, I tell nursing students all the time and people who are thinking about nursing how special a career this is, because it is a true service career. Of all the health professions, it is the one that is rooted in caring. And to be able to have the students come here at this gorgeous facility and to see what Chestnut Hill College has done, this facility is so beautiful, and we've only seen just part of it. I can only imagine what students are going to think when they're touring Chestnut Hill College and thinking about coming here, and the students that are in this program, because nursing isn't easy. And I tell nursing students all the time, it's a tough road. My mom, when she was going through nursing school, she was dating my dad, and my mom was thinking about, you know what? I think I'm just gonna stay as an LPN. And my dad said, you know what, Pat, hang in there. Just hang in there. And I think when students are struggling, and when they're facing that bad exam grade, when they're thinking about how difficult it is and how long the road is ahead, they're going to be in these facilities and they're going to feel valued. And they're going to say, you know what, I'm going to stick it out. And it's because of the investment that you've put in this. And I want to say, as a state representative, I'm committed to doing everything I can to make sure that you have the resources you need to continue to do projects like this. Chestnut Hill College, as great as a facility, as great as an institution as it is, it has not reached its limit. And it's the people in this room that are going to be help making it even better and keep pushing it forward. And I'm so proud of the work you do here. I'm so proud of the mission rooted in the St. Joe's sisters and the St. Joseph's family, the nuns that I meet, the sisters that I meet and talk to, and the brothers that are here. There's something very special about this, about what you all are doing here and your mission, especially to tap into our most vulnerable Philadelphia boys and girls and help them succeed. And we've talked about that and projects, and to help make this a place where we are making our students in Philadelphia be able to achieve their potential, their true potential. You all see that, and I'm so grateful for you all. So it's an honor to be here with you all. You have my 100% support. I am 100% behind you. Whatever you're doing, whatever we're going to do together, I'm here for it. And whatever you need, just let me know. I'm going to make sure that you have everything, every resource you need on the state level to be successful. So thank you. I'm honored to be here.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is a Catholic college. We have to do better than that. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian McCloskey. I'm the president of Chestnut Hill College, and it's my honor to welcome everyone here and to thank you in advance for being here on this amazing, memorable day where we cut the ribbon for our nursing program. Before we begin with the remarks, I'd like to ask Sister Eileen Marnion to come up and give the invocation.
Good morning. If we just pause for a moment and pray. Loving God, divine creator of life and source of all strength, we gather today with grateful hearts to dedicate this Center for Nursing at Chestnut Hill College, a sponsored work of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Philadelphia. We thank you for inspiring those who conceived of this center, for the hands that build it, and for the vision that will equip future healers. As we dedicate this endeavor, we ask for your blessing, that it be a sanctuary of learning and a beacon of hope. Grant that this institution be a place where faith, knowledge, and service converge, fostering a community of caregivers who serve with unwavering dedication and love. May all who enter these doors, whether students, faculty, or visitors, experience your presence and find inspiration to be agents of healing and comfort in the world. We dedicate this Center for Nursing now and forever to your greater glory and for the well-being of all people. And to this we say, Amen.
Thank you, Sister Eileen. So good afternoon again. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, proud families, and most importantly, our pioneering nursing students. Welcome to this historic moment in the life of Chestnut Hill College. Today, we don't just cut a ribbon, we open a doorway to the future of healthcare in our community and beyond. For over a century, Chestnut Hill College has been guided by the mission and the charism of the Sisters of St. Joseph, committed to serving our dear neighbor with transformative education, just relationships, and compassionate care without distinction. Today, we take our most significant step yet in fulfilling that sacred mission as we officially open our state-of-the-art Nursing Clinical Arts Center. This $4.5 million investment represents far more than bricks, mortar, and cutting-edge technology. It represents our unwavering belief that healthcare is a fundamental human right and that we have a moral obligation to prepare the next generation of healthcare heroes who will serve both clinical excellence and deep compassion. The extraordinary students in our inaugural cohort, 52 total, are not just students, they are pioneers. They are answering one of the most urgent calls of our time. They're addressing the critical healthcare workforce shortage while ensuring that care reaches those who need it most, particularly in our underserved communities. What makes our nursing program distinctive is rooted in who we are as an institution. We embrace traditional nursing essentials while building upon new areas such as the importance of self-care to avoid compassion fatigue and intentional focus on the pathology of aging persons. As our population ages rapidly, our students will graduate uniquely prepared to serve senior citizens with the specialized knowledge and tender care that they deserve. But beyond clinical skills, we are forming something deeper. Fearsome warriors for patient advocacy and guardians of health, as Dr. Susan Apold so beautifully described, are griffins. In these simulation labs, our students will not just learn procedures, they will learn to see the sacred dignity in every patient they serve. The partnerships we have formed with healthcare systems, including Mainline Health, Cooper University Health System, Chestnut Hill Hospital, Gaudentia Behavioral Health, and many others, ensure that our students will graduate not just with degrees, but with real-world experience that makes them immediately effective healthcare providers. To our students, you are inheriting a legacy of service that spans generations. The Sisters of St. Joseph, who founded this college, understood that education must serve a greater purpose: to heal, to comfort, to advocate for justice, and to care for those society too often forgets. You carry that torch forward in hospitals, clinics, and communities where your skilled hands and compassionate hearts will make the difference between despair and hope. To our faculty, led by Dr. Susan Apol, thank you for your expertise, your dedication, your commitment to holistic nursing education that addresses not just the body, but the whole person. To our healthcare partners, our board members, our elected officials who are here to join us, your support has made this dream a reality. Together, we are building a healthier Philadelphia, one nurse at a time. And to the families and loved ones who have supported our students in this journey, your sacrifices and encouragement have brought us to this moment. These students will go forth as ambassadors not just of Chestnut Hill College, but of the values that you too have instilled in them. As we cut this ribbon today, we are not just opening a building, we are launching a movement towards more compassionate healthcare, a movement toward justice and health equity, a movement that honors the dignity of every person who will be touched by the healing hands of our nursing graduates. The future of healthcare begins today in this place with these students. Thank you and congratulations to all of us on this transformative day in the life of Chestnut Hill College. Sister Arlene?
Well, again, good morning.
Any more than that?
I echo Dr. McCluskey's words of welcome, and to them I add that in the name of the Sisters of St. Joseph, I am delighted to welcome each of you to this momentous event, the ribbon cutting of our new Nursing Clinical Arts Center here on the Sugarloaf campus of Chestnut Hill College. We're happy that you could join us to celebrate this dream come true. Our litany of thanks includes everyone who envisioned bringing nursing to our college, everyone who supported and encouraged this dream, and all those hearts and hands who designed and labored to create this space. And today especially, we thank our friends and our very essential workers who helped prepare this celebration. We are grateful to all. Every day, our sisters pray our community prayer, which includes the words, to be a healing presence in any and all situations. Little did we know how God would answer our prayer in such a unique and unexpected way, by planting the seeds and providing the support needed to create this space where the art and practice of healing is the focus of learning. So today, let us pray that every student who attends this School of Nursing will be a healing presence in any and all situations. Again, I thank you for being with us, and I now invite Carol Steinauer Young, the chair of our board.
Good afternoon, everybody. I love standing here. I love standing here on this occasion and looking out at people who have said yes to Chestnut Hill College in so many different ways, big and small. I thank all of you on behalf of the Board of Directors. So 61 years ago, the Sisters of St. Joseph brought forth in this city of Philadelphia the embodiment of a dream to provide a holistic college education to young women so that they could not only earn a living, but learn how to live in the service of their dear neighbor. The Sisters of St. Joseph continued to dream, always in service of the needs of the community. They expanded the educational offerings at the college to graduate programs. They opened the doors of the college to men. And now the sisters are opening an innovative, cutting-edge, state-of-the-art program, again, that is rooted in response to the needs of the community. So to the students, You stand out, you're in blue. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of this dream. Please know that we are dedicated to your success. And as Brian and Sister Eileen, Dr. McCloskey, and Sister Eileen referenced, the history, you really are doing this very much in sync with the history of the Sisters of St. Joseph. Not many of you might know that the sisters served at St. Joseph Hospital in Philadelphia, very close to their starting, or very close to when they came to Philadelphia. They served at Camp Curtin in Harrisburg during the Civil War. And they served across the city of Philadelphia during the 1918 epidemic. So you are following in some really special, gifted, and dedicated footsteps, and we thank you. I want to close by giving my gratitude and the board's gratitude to the Sisters of St. Joseph. Many of us who serve on the board, many of us who are part of the advisory committee, many of us who are here today are graduates of the college. We wouldn't be who we are today without the Sisters of St. Joseph. So thank you on behalf of the board. And I also want to thank all the benefactors who have brought this dream and vision to life. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. There were many elected officials within the city and the state to thank, and some could not be here. Art Haywood was supposed to be here, and he sends his regards. But we are fortunate to have from Mayor Sherelle Parker's office, Dr. Ravel Nelson, who is the Health Commissioner for the City of Philadelphia, Department of Public Health, to say a few words. Doctor.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for having me here today. I'm grateful to be here on behalf of the mayor, the city of Philadelphia, but most of all, the Department of Public Health, okay? No surprise, we hire nurses. No surprise, we need nurses. So I'm here for that, self-motivating reason. So what a joyous day today is, and what an amazing program. I'm so grateful to be here as we kick off the future of nursing here in Philadelphia. Anyone who's worked in healthcare will tell you that nurses are the backbone of our system. At our city health centers and healthcare institutions across the region, nurses are not only the backbone, but they are the arms, the legs, the eyes, and yes, even the souls of our entire system. They make it all work. Ideally, in world-class professors and mentors and real-life hands-on experience is what is needed to prepare our future of nursing, especially as we deal with the constant attacks on public health. And which brings us today together and why I'm so excited to be here. This new Center for Nursing and Nursing Programs at Chestnut Hill College is just what the doctor ordered, so to speak. I think we can all agree that Philadelphia's region is home to healthcare institutions that have developed us to be a hub for healthcare in this country. With the opening of Chestnut Hill College's nursing program, I'm excited to welcome you all to that overall fraternity. I applaud the college's mission to help develop the next generation of nurses. Seeing all of these faces in the blue is really welcoming and heartening in this climate where, as health commissioner, I'm constantly worried about public health in our city. I'm excited to see the program grow and for the future graduates that may be here. When you're done, don't hesitate to look into the health department. We're always looking for good nurses, and the city of Philadelphia is an amazing employer. I myself have been with the health department for 29 years. So thank you all for your time, for allowing me to join you on this wonderful, hopeful day, and to all of you who have dedicated yourselves to making Philadelphia, the region, the state, and the nation healthier and safer. Thank you for your commitment and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Robel Nelson, and thank you to Mayor Sherelle Parker for allowing me to come speak here today. It's my pleasure and privilege to introduce the Honorable Marjorie Rendell to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, President McCloskey. Well, this is indeed a wonderful day, and Ed was very sorry that he couldn't be here to join us, but he's unable to attend, but asked that I come and give brief remarks. And as I'll relate to you in a minute, it's kind of appropriate. During Ed's tenure as governor, he focused on education. He's always believed in the power of education to change lives and strengthen our communities. Today's ribbon cutting is a perfect example of that belief in action. The new Center for Nursing will prepare future generations of compassionate, highly skilled nurses, professionals who will serve on the front lines of care, bringing comfort and healing to countless patients and families. I am a huge fan of nursing. I was on the board of the Visiting Nurse Society in the 1970s. After that, I was on the board of Community Home Health Services. And later, after the turn of the century, for over a dozen years, I was the chair of the Overseers Board of the School of Nursing at Penn, alongside my dean, Dr. Afaf Malise, who I understand was a teacher of Dean Apold. So it's really fitting that I'm here because I do love nursing. And it was pointed out all the attributes of nursing, that they are the soul. They're also the brains. I'm convinced that nursing is the brains of medicine. Sorry if I'm offending any doctors, but they complement each other, the brains of the nurses and the brains of the doctors. And the personal connection is even broader than that. Ed's Chief of Staff, Mary Pat Kessler, who is here today, is a proud Griffin from the class of 1983. Her mother and beloved aunt, Sister Patricia Cashman, SSJ, who recently passed away, were both graduates as well. So their legacy is a reminder of the deep roots that Chestnut Hill College has planted in their families and in the broader community. So congratulations to Chestnut Hill College, your leadership, faculty, students, and the very first class of nursing students. You represent a bright and vital future for our city, our state, and our nation. Congratulations on this historic day.
Thank you, Judge Rendell. A few months ago, I had the privilege and honor of being appointed the next president of Chestnut Hill College, and it was a surreal and humbling moment. As a child, I was taught by the Sisters of St. Joseph. Mr. Karen, I have some scars on my knuckles. I'm not going to say I didn't deserve them, but as I said to the board and the sisters and many others who asked me, I said I was honored to take the position because it's more of a calling than a job, and I can't take credit for that expression. I would give credit to Dr. Apold, who, when she so often does, with great passion, she describes nursing as not a job or a profession, but a calling. So please, Dr. Apold, would you come up and say a few words?
So Chestnut Hill College, everything's going to be fine because the nurses are here. Nurses are one of the first faces your eyes focus on, maybe, at the time of birth. We may be one of the last faces your eyes focus on at that inevitable time when our work on earth is finished. In these days, when it feels like the world is conspiring to tell us who to love and who to hate, nurses put one foot in front of the other, and we care. That is what we do. No nonsense. Just one foot in front of the other, in pursuit of your health, your family's health, and the health of the community. Now imagine learning how to do this in the soft arms of Chestnut Hill College, a place with a singular devotion to the care and love of the dear neighbor, an unwavering and steadfast mission that has been part of the Sisters of St. Joseph at the college now for over a century, an historic mission since their founding. Just an aside, the SSJs taught me at Little Flower Catholic High School for Girls. I'd like to meet the human who can tell them who to love and who to hate. It might be worth selling tickets to that event. The mission and ethos of nursing and the mission and ethos of the sisters and the college are a perfect fit and will take place in this perfect bucolic space at the perfect time in our history, the history of our profession, and the history of our nation. I'm afraid I'm going to form it up. History of the profession, history of our nation, and the history of Chestnut Hill College. We would not be here today but for the bottomless generosity of so many of you sitting here. I'm a proud nurse with a great devotion to my profession. And I am still amazed at the non-nurses who are profoundly devoted to who we are and what we do. You are sitting here before us, and you know who you are. I am humbled and grateful to all of you. Chestnut Hill College cannot be without you. My profession cannot be without you. These students here cannot be without you. Your generosity infuses every brick in this building and every dream in the hearts of these students. One of my favorite quotes is from Vonnegut. And while I was Googling around to make sure I got it right for today, I found another one. And I quote, "We have to continually be jumping off cliffs and developing our wings on the way down." Not a pretty picture. Today is an amazing accomplishment. I'm still developing my wings. So is this program. Dr. McCluskey and I, Brian and I, were neighbors when we both arrived. We shared offices in the same corridor, and there were times when I confided to him that I was worried that this program might not ever see the light of day. He never wavered. With the fullness of his positive being, he assured me that indeed the day would come. Where'd he go? Oh. Thank you, Brian, for your support and devotion. I've had the pleasure and honor of getting to know members of the board of directors who have been nothing but supportive of this program, and me. How lucky. Folks who recognize the lift that this project represents. You never doubted but that this day would come. I thank you personally and professionally. Please note, I'm still developing those wings. To our students, I want you to stand up.
Yeah, stand up.
I have abiding faith in your success, and so does your faculty. I know that you are proud to be the first class. We have two first classes here. It's very interesting. We have the very first class of traditional undergraduates who some of you have met, and they are right here standing proud. In the uniforms that they designed. So any questions from this group, you can talk to this group. And the other first class, the accelerated second degree bachelor students who are sitting before you here.
Actually, you were asking.
They have taken 3 exams. The last one they took this morning, we don't give any breaks here. Ribbon cutting, nothing, we give them tests. That's what we do. Your faculty and team are immensely proud of you and proud of both groups of students. And I know you'll be proud to call yourself the first Griffin nurses. Thank you. So my favorite quote, I close. I urge you to please notice when you are happy and exclaim or murmur or think at some point, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Apold. I think now we're going
That's great. Thanks, Pete.
to have the ribbon cutting. Bear with us for a second.